Okay, hey guys. So, hey Jeffrey. Jeffrey is my friend that I was telling you about. He does Jeffrey, you were drinking CBD and coffee and
That's awesome. Yeah, we were just talking about that, Jeff. So if you're doing CBD and coffee, I would love to connect with you because I'm on keto right now. And so for me, bulletproof coffee is like life. And so I am going to come out with a CBD bulletproof coffee recipe. So hit me up. I'd love to know what your experience is with that.
All right. Hey Zeki. Hey Frank. Hey Mark. Hey Prakash. Hey guys, if you're here live, hashtag live and smash the heart button. If you're seeing the replay, then hashtag replay. But we want everyone in the group to know that this is going on. And also Mia's doing a funnel giveaway. And she's notorious for selling and she's great with funnels. So you will want to stick around for the giveaway. All right. So, okay, but do we have a conditions for the giveaway, Mia? Like, do you have any conditions? Like, guess a number between 1 and 50, or you're just like, giving away everything?
So what I'm going to do is today I built a funnel in 1 hour. Actually, it was technically 1 hour and 18 minutes, but it was a really cool funnel. And so I want this funnel in the next 30 days to do at least 20,000. And this is something I created in 1 hour. And so I want everybody to believe me. I'm all about proof. I show off what I can do. I want you to like actually see things actually happening. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a live for 1 hour where I create a funnel. It'll be a 3-page funnel for whoever ends up being chosen. And I'm actually going to have everybody help me choose the person that is going to get the funnel too. So we're going to do that live as well. So all you have to do is, I sent you over the link earlier for the application. So all you have to do is go in, fill out the application. It's really quick. All you have to do is show me your product and send me your email. And once, what I'm going to do is that's going to go into my email program. And then we're randomly going to select an email together live. And we're going to take a look at that person's product. And in 1 hour, I'm going to build a funnel. And I hope that you do 20K in a month as well.
All right, that's the goal. I do have the link, and I can drop it whenever.
Yep. Drop the link.
Drop the link now? Okay.
Absolutely, for sure. Tell anybody, you know, to apply at whatever time. I'll probably be doing it. I'm going to Funnel Hackers Live on the 18th. So I'm flying out of Hawaii. It's like a massive journey. It's like 21 hours. It's crazy to get all the way to Nashville. So after Nashville, I'm heading to Florida for a little while. I will probably be doing it from Florida. So that means the first week in March, we will be giving away that free funnel.
Oh man, I'm trying to copy the link and it's not copy link address. Sorry, I dropped my group link. Hold on. Paste. Oh man, it's not copying. I don't know what's going on.
No worries. I got you. It's in your message box for Facebook.
Okay.
Perfect. So yeah, just apply. Send me, all you need to do is send me your product, your email, and we might choose you together collectively. So, you know, it's always kind of beneficial if you show up for the live, because that way you can be like, mine, mine.
All right. So the link itself is dropped. It's in there, and it's a messenger bot link to Mia. Mia, you're just botting all my people. Okay, well, let's get started, okay? You guys stay for the interview. So Mia, welcome to my group. I'm glad to have you here today. I'm hoping the people who show up have a lot of questions for you. And hey guys, hey Frank. Frank's asking you, where in Florida when you're going?
So when I go to Florida, I'll be staying in Daytona Beach, which is actually where my family is. So I get to see them, which is so nice.
All right, cool. Yeah. So her family's in Florida. All right, I want my group to get to know who you are. I know some of them know who you are, but tell the rest of the group who might be watching the replay your story.
Oh my goodness. Well, we've only got an hour, so I'm going to give you the full version. If you want the full version, you can always go to miashark.co. And yes, my real last name is Shark, S-H-A-R-K. So yeah, if you want the whole story and all the links and everything, you can go to miashark.co. Really sweet and simple. It's all nicely laid out for you there. So basically, I have been a digital nomad since the birth of being a digital nomad. So it's been about 12 years now that I've ran online companies. To date, I have had 11 companies, but I think I'm actually adding 2 more on this year. So it'll be 13 total online companies, and they've ranged from, event planning to, doing CBD, which is something that I'm doing now. I've done all sorts of different things online. My last big exit, I've had 3 exits with my companies. My last big one was a B2B SaaS company. For those of you who are not technically inclined, that means it was business to business, software as a service. So it was a piece of software that I produced, and it ended up being purchased by someone in April of this year, at which time I was like, okay, it's now time for me to step forward and begin to help people with all of the knowledge that I've gained over my years of experience. And so that's really what I'm doing. I started a CBD company, built the CBD company, and it's just scaling now, which is relatively easy. So I've dove into doing a course, which is very exciting for me. That will be launching in, April 2nd is the soft launch, and then 4/20 is the official launch. And can you guess what it's on?
420.
CBD. Surprise, surprise. So basically, we're taking people from A to Z in CBD. So we're showing them how to start, build, and then scale a successful CBD company. And so that'll be launching on April 2nd, which I'm really, really excited about. It's going to be a ton of work. It's going to be a ton of fun. I'm collaborating with somebody else. I haven't released that information yet, but there is one industry leader as well that is collaborating with me on this course. And basically, it's going to cover everything that you need to know to start a CBD company. So all of the legalities and stuff associated with it at the beginning. What is CBD? Full training, like you get the entire, rundown of what CBD actually is, so you're able to educate people and your customers thoroughly and in the right way. And then from there, I take on the tech side of things, and we go through how to set up a Shopify from A to Z, how to do ClickFunnels, how to do messenger bots, SMS bots, and how to do drip sequences. And then we get into the basics of Facebook advertising in that course. There's also a shoot-off course with advanced Facebook ads as well, specializing specifically in restricted industries. So that's a lot of fun. That's what I'm doing now. That's the background. I mean, of course, there's a ton more going in there, in my life. You can't really cover, 30-ish years in an hour. But if you guys want to check it out, it's miashark.co. So
Michael says Mia Shark is the bomb.
Thank you, Michael. You're so sweet.
Thank you, Michael. Yeah, I saw your bio on your website, and I was like, oh my gosh, you've done so many things. So, guys, this is interactive. So if you have questions about anything CBD, Shopify, I feel like you just the whole gamut of like everything, funnels.
Yeah.
Let us know in the comments. But specifically what like, I think that's so cool. I when I usually interview, it's like a lot of males. So I love it when I can interview, when I can talk to, a female entrepreneur. It's so refreshing and so nice. But what I want to ask you about specifically is, like, now that you've started so many companies, what is your flow now? Like, do you have a template? Like, okay, I'm starting this company. This is what I'm gonna start doing in order to scale it. Do you hire staff before the cash flow comes in for it? Do you make sure that you pre-sell so that you have the I want to know your methodology now that you've started so many companies.
Yeah, and it's funny because every single company is different. Every single company's needs are unique. And so you really have to take a look at the company and see and map out. That's one thing I always do, is I always map everything out, and I put a timeline with it. And so it usually ends up looking like a crazy web, which is awesome. Actually, I've got a web on here. Do you guys want to see one of the webs that I do?
Yeah, let's see.
Okay, all right. I just put this one out today. Oh, I don't know, it's not letting me do it very well. Okay,
What
well,
program do you use for the web?
I'm using Funnelytics, but okay, I don't think you can really see that because it's actually a PNG, but that's what I do. That's a map. So that's an outer like outline of my bots, my email sequences, my website, my funnels, my everything. Like it's like an absolute layout. And so what I do is it just looks like a bunch of dots to you guys, because, and honestly, I can't really share it. So, but yeah, I map everything out. And then what I do is I put a plan into action. So for me, I can get a funnel done in an hour. So typically I'll just build it out and then get it to a soft launch. And then at soft launch, what we do is we put out the different campaigns that we think are gonna work, and we split test as much as we possibly can. And then after split testing, you're able to see that your company is gonna be at a 2x or a 3x or a 4x when you actually start putting dollars in that are like real dollars kind of a thing. And it's pretty consistent. I mean, you can consistently scale a company like that and blow it up. And I mean, if you're going to do like a big, like formal launch, like an official launch, just split test, make sure that you're doing, your due diligence and split testing and, optimizing your funnels and the whole 9 yards in optimization, and then go for a big launch. I mean, I'm doing a launch this month. Nope, not this month. April. I'm launching 3 companies.
April 2nd?
Yeah, April 2nd, not April 1st. I actually haven't determined the launch date for the bigger one, but I mean, I've done, solid launches that are, $100,000, like boom, in like, a day or two, and they turn out really well. It's fantastic. I love using influencers. That's also another secret. It's fantastic to get influencers involved. So yeah, it's awesome.
Okay, so when you say split test, are you like I spoke to Tony Tovar and he does headline split test, without even having the product or anything with Facebook ads. When you're talking about split test, are you talking about split testing Facebook ad headlines or split testing the landing page of the funnel? What type of split test do you do before?
Everything. Okay, so everything. You always split test everything. So I've always got multiple ads and ad sets running, and I'm always split testing them to see which one is the winner constantly. So I'm playing with artwork, I'm playing with copy, I'm playing with video. If video is something that I heavily use. I love video, obviously. So I use video a lot. So I'm split testing all aspects of it. I'll do several different versions of each video, and I'll split test the living poop out of those, and continue to go on and play with words, play with colors, play with fonts, play with copy. Sorry, not copy. Just like everything. And then so you're doing that always with your ads, but you're also doing that with your funnel. So in ClickFunnels, which everybody should be using because it's amazing, you can actually run split tests on the pages. And so I'm constantly split testing like side-by-side versions of whether they like this page better or this page converts better, et cetera, et cetera. And so I'm always playing with things, whether it be, colors, fonts, pictures, everything. And just like the overall messaging and approach to it. I've got tons of people messaging me here too, actually. I'm going to put Franco, I promise I will send you that link. Just I'll hit you up when we're done over here, okay? And do not disturb, sorry about that. So yeah, always split test everything, always. And then once you get a good conversion rate, so if you're converting at 1x, 2x, 3x, whatever, like you're ready to go for a solid launch when you can put $1 in and make 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. I always aim for 5.
5x. Okay. Yeah. Oh my gosh. So yeah. When you're saying split testing everything, how often do you do it in one day? Or are you talking about like doing a scrum run for like a week where you're split testing everything and then you make a decision? I want to know, when is it the point of like, okay, we're going to start the split test, and then like, okay, we're going to decide to actually launch it or to sell, like from pre-sell to sell?
Yeah. So for me, I don't typically pre-sell. I don't really like pre-selling. I feel For me, I have this thing where I have to deliver. I have to deliver an amazing product and I have to exceed expectations. That's one thing for me that is like really, really important, is that I aim to exceed expectations. So I personally don't pre-sell. However, list building is a whole other thing. So for, example, CBD products and stuff, you can, start building a list and, maybe put out a book and say, hey, you want this book? And then all of a sudden you've got a list of say 10, 20, 30, 40,000 people that are interested in CBD, that are interested in your book. That is a good launch list. So maybe not necessarily pre-selling, but list building is definitely something that, I'm doing right now. Anybody else? Of course. Then when it comes down to split testing and stuff, as soon as you have something that you can like push out, do it, push it. And honestly, I'm a perfectionist, like to a ridiculous degree. Like everything has to be perfect for me. That's just who I am. And so for me, my saying is just ship shit. And to me, shipping shit is absolutely like typically a really beautiful funnel. But for me, it's never, yeah, we can just put that down there. That's so funny.
I believe in it.
Right? I mean, if you don't launch anything, where are you going to go? Like, you're not going to get any benefit out of not launching anything. So it's better to launch something, even if it is shit, than launch nothing at all. And so ship shit and then make it better, improve it day by day, and split test. I split test weekly. I don't split test daily because you can't really get metrics. And then it's a numbers game. It's really fairly easy. You just let the numbers tell you which one wins.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I feel like you are like a person who, you're like on steroids, but without the drugs. It's like, go, 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 CBD.
Coffee.
Well, coffee.
Yeah.
Hey, Todd, thanks for joining. Hey, guys, if you're here live, #live and smash the heart button. We want the rest of the group to know that this is happening. And if you have any questions, no one's asking any questions right now, but if you have questions, let us know, especially if it's in regards to restricted industries and CBD, which is what Mia is like doing right now and conquering right now. She's done many other things, but right now it's CBD. Hey, Nikos, thanks for joining us. So let's see. I feel like the way that you talk about it, you're like, yeah, this is what you should do. Like, this is how everyone should go about it. When was that? Did that moment come earlier in your career, or like a little bit later, or was that something that just happened instantly when you started? Like, where was that? What was that moment, that aha moment, when you're like, oh wow, this is how you do things? Because now you're in this rhythm where launching is pretty easy for you, getting businesses up and running is pretty easy for you, and a lot of the people in my audience, they might not be there. But I want to know, like, was there a moment that you got that, or what was it?
That's a really good question. There was a lot of moments. There was a lot of moments with tears of joy and a lot of moments of tears of failure. I have really messed up a lot, and I learned from it. I don't do the same thing over and over again, because you can't do the same thing over and over again and expect different results. You got to do, something that actually works. And so throughout my career, there's been absolutely massive successes, but there's also been massive failures. And from each one of those scenarios, I've learned so much. Even in my successes, I can see, different things that I would do differently. And I mean, you just have to learn from it and sit back, take a look, evaluate, and move forward.
So what was a really big failure? Like, that you would repeat?
Somebody's going to smack me for this one. So in April, my company it was called Event 2. Event 2 was acquired. And the story behind that goes, basically I built a piece of software in about 6 months, and we got funding early on at a very, small angel round. And then we were going for a Series A in April, well, March, April. And what ended up happening was I got a $3 million investment. And then somebody came to me, and unfortunately I'm under an NDA, so I can't tell you who, but somebody came to me and said, hey, either you can take the funding and you can continue and commit, 5 to 7 years of your life to grow this company. And that's going to be your life. 17-hour days is going to be your life for 5 to 7 years. Or you can take this money and give us the technology and do whatever you want. And I had a very challenging situation in front of me. And so I got on a plane, I turned off my cell phone, and I ran away to Japan for a week. And I
sat. So awesome. I love Japan.
It was amazing. I sat in hot springs alone, and I had my good old trusty Bose headphones on the whole time. No, this is not a commercial for Bose. It's just like when you have headphones on, nobody talks to you. It's fantastic.
And so everyone's like really not talking to each other anyways. They're like just walking around like this. Right?
That was exactly what I needed. And so I had some time for myself, and I made the decision that I was going to take the money and give up. And for me, I mean, most people would be like, being acquired is a massive success. But for me, I wanted to sell the company for $100 million in 3 to 5 years, kind of a deal. And that was my goal. That was my objective. And that was what I had my heart set on. And so taking the money early and not running, but like just giving up on the project, like letting your baby go kind of a deal, was a massive failure to me. I mean, heck, I'm really glad it turned out the way it did now. But to me, because I didn't meet that goal, I wanted to sell it for $100 million, and I didn't. I perceive it to be a failure, So it's weird how people take different perspectives from different situations, right? So.
To me, it's not weird. It's more like it's interesting. If I were to interview an employee and like, oh, what's your failure? They would have like a story. For you, it's like what's your failure? And your failure is like, I failed because I wanted to sell my company for $100 million and it only sold for $3.
Yeah. So clarification, it didn't sell for exactly $3 million, and I can't release the total amount, but it's
okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
we were solidifying funding at $3 million when I ended up selling the company. So it was a unique situation.
Hey guys, I think that's wonderful. Well, not the fact that you felt like that was a failing point, is just that it is true. A lot of people can't even sell their company for like, $100, let alone be acquired or sold, like that wasn't your first time doing that too. You did that, repeatedly, right?
That was the third one, yeah.
Yeah, third company. So, hey guys, for those of you who are joining, hey Joe, hey Rana, hey Sonja, hey Stefan, hey Jay, hey John, hey Greg, thanks for joining us. If you have any questions about CBD or funding for company, selling, whatever, she has
technology,
so much experience. Let us know, and hashtag live if you're here live and smash that heart button. So Mia was telling me about like a regret she had. She didn't really want to let go of her company event too, but she decided to do that. And then now, I mean, it all turns out for the best because you're pursuing another industry that you really like, and you have a book in that industry. Yeah, so I mean, that's so awesome. Guys, if you have any questions, let me know. No one's asking questions, so I'm going to continue on with my own. So did you find all the knowledge that you have? Did you get that information from Googling, or from, you know, there's some people who are like, yeah, I built my multi-million-dollar I built my company just with Google, or did you find like a certain way to go about it, like, oh, I'm gonna join this mastermind, or I'm gonna do this? Like, how do you, because the way you go about it is very unique, right? Like, it led to your success, the Shark Life success. So like, how do you take in the information that you get, or how do you consume information, and then seek out that information to build your companies, basically? Do you buy masterminds? What do you do? Courses? Google?
So,
I don't know.
you know, honestly, at this point for me, because I have such strong skills in so many wheelhouses,
Yeah.
once you know as much as I do, it's very easy to figure the rest out. So because I built software, I know how to code, I know how to read code, I know how to write code, I know how architecture in terms of code works. So technology for me, because I've built it, is really, really easy to figure out. So for me, learning ClickFunnels is quirky, but I've learned, you know, how to do it very, very quickly, and the learning curve wasn't so big for me. But in terms of knowledge, I mean, if I want to learn something, I learn something typically by Googling. I mean, you can really answer any question these days. Like, okay, so for example, I Googled something, what was it yesterday? I was having issues with my chat bots, and I Googled it, and literally the answer just popped right up. I went through it, boom, 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 done, fixed. Now that's in my brain too, because I know that that was annoying me, so I know how to fix that in the future. So yeah, I just I Google anything I can't really, you know, solve on my own, or I'll hire somebody, you know, a specialist to do some, you know, something I just can't do. For example, I hate coding. I do not like doing it. I know how to do it. I don't want to do it, so I'll just hire somebody, you know, to do my, you know, custom CSS and funnels or whatever, you know, I'm looking for, kind of a deal. Another thing that I do is I don't waste my time ever, like ever. There's not one drop of wasted time in my life. So when I'm at the gym, I'm listening to podcasts, or I am learning YouTube, or I'm doing stuff like, you know, that while I'm, you know, doing dishes, or the laundry yesterday. I am notoriously bad for not doing laundry for like weeks. So I've got a massive closet because I just go out and buy clothes. Yesterday was a laundry day though. So at like 11 p.m. I was like, oh my gosh. Okay, so it's time for some laundry. So I was doing laundry and listening to a podcast. And I also learned yesterday, I learned WordPress multi-site while I was doing my laundry. So like I literally learned how to do a WordPress multi-site while I was doing laundry. Like, there's no wasted time in my life. If there's an opportunity for me to be learning, I'm learning. Like, I'm a multitasker. I'm a female, right?
Oh yeah, your mind is thinking so many things and can handle all of that, versus a male, one thing at a time. I don't know, but it's true. I think it's true.
Another thing that's really, really important, and especially for you entrepreneurs out there, is take care of yourself. You have to take care of your mental state and your body. So for me, I just turned keto. It was one of the best decisions of my entire life. I feel so good. I have so much energy. I need like 5 hours of sleep a day. It's fantastic. I go to the gym. The gym makes me feel great. It gets out my energy. It makes me feel happier. And it just, overall, my days are better when I go to the gym and stick to a really healthy diet. Watch your sugar intake. Watch how much alcohol you're intaking. Don't smoke. That's a natural, you know, thing. Oh, also, on that note, this is back to life. I'm gonna do it.
Do it.
Like nothing.
Yeah.
That's another thing too, is stress management is super, super, super critical when you're an entrepreneur, because when you're up against tight deadlines, it does get stressful. It gets tough. And I mean, so Black Friday, Cyber Monday, the night of Black Friday, I did not sleep. It was so ridiculously ridiculous. It was just ridiculous. There was no other words for that. It was just absolutely ridiculous. We had a promo go out to like 5.3 million people or something the next day, and my freaking funnel was broke. And I'm like, oh my God. Like, oh my God. So I drink a lot of coffee. I really like bulletproof coffee because it gives you a consistent like energy level versus like a high and then a low, so no spike. And then I use CBD. So I vape CBD on the regular because it gives you that instant sort of effect. And then on other days, I will show you guys. This is not a CBD commercial, but I'll show you anyways. So I use CBD drops, and they're MCT oil. So they're really, really highly like refined coconut oil, which is also very, very good for you when you're on keto, and CBD. So that's really, really good. I always use isolate based, which means that there's no THC in it at all, for those of you that might get drug tested. And then these little guys, these are not keto, so I'm not eating them very often, but they're gummy bears. They're so cute.
Oh, they are cute.
they're really, really good too, actually, but they have carbs in them. They have 2 grams of carbs, and so I haven't been eating my gummies, so I've just been taking the MCT oil. But for me, I found that CBD really helps like just increase my happiness in general. So like, you know, when you go for a walk or when you're doing something, I notice that when I'm like taking CBD, like I'll notice little things like the birds chirping and it'll make me happier, and it reduces my stress levels. And I always have struggled with anxiety because obviously you can see I'm like a go, 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 go kind of a person, like get the shit done. And so with that type of personality comes anxiety. And I struggled pretty bad with anxiety for quite some time. And once I found CBD, it just like leveled me out and made me just like so much better. It was amazing. So yeah.
Wow, that's a big testament for CBD right there, you guys. If you need CBD, by the way, reach out to Mia.
Yeah, I'm launching my private label brand in April as well. So we're coming out with some really cool stuff. I'm super excited about my private label. So it's going to be awesome.
Oh, wow. You're doing private label too. Hey, Simon. Hey, Glenn. Thanks for joining us. If you guys have any questions. Oh, there is a question. So, Angelique Laurette says, how did you get funding? Not sure if you shared that before. I just jumped in.
Yeah.
That's a very cool question. Go ahead.
When you're seeking funding, the first round is always going to be a small amount. And the formula for getting funding is give as little away as you possibly can, but the first $100 or $1,000 or $10,000 or $100,000 that you're seeking is always going to be the most expensive. And so ideally what you should be doing is going out and, if you possibly can, get a loan. Get a business loan, get a personal loan, sell your car, do something if you need funding. Okay, because the first money is always the most expensive money. So for example, you might give your neighbor next door 20% of your company for $10,000. Whereas when you're further down the road doing a Series A, you're giving away, say, 20% for an investment of $5 million. And so that's why I'm saying that the first money is the most expensive money. And so do your best to self-fund or get a personal loan, or, you know, borrow from friends and family. Friends and family is like the first thing that you should always be doing when you're seeking funding. When you're looking for a larger round, going into, say, a Series A, which, I mean, you shouldn't even be going into a Series A unless you're looking for 3, 5, you know, a bunch of millions. Once you're doing that, then you're into the circuit, and I can give you advice on that, but I mean, that's not really a conversation that we can have right now because I know that nobody on this is in that position right now.
Yeah.
But before that, you can always seek angel funding too. So what you can do is you can go to things like incubators or accelerators, and what they do is they put on a program. It's typically about 3 months, depends on the program. And what they'll do is they'll put an investment into your company for a set amount, and they're going to train you through the entire process of growing your business and creating something viable. And so it's like, it's almost like a college program. It's almost like school, but they're giving you some money. And then at the end of the program, you usually do some pitches for their network of angel investors or VCs and you can get more funding from there. And so, you know, that's a path to be looking at as well too, if you need funding, accelerators and incubators.
All right.
Yeah.
I understand what you mean when you're like, well, you're probably not at the level where, you know, you're seeking $3 million right now. Yeah, hopefully that's a very thorough answer for Angelique. And let's see. Let me ask if there's any more questions. When did you start keto? So Michael asked.
Yeah, okay. It is what? Is today Thursday?
Today is Thursday.
Okay, I started last Tuesday, so that means I'm on day 9. Day 9. And I lost 3 pounds and 1.5% body fat already. Woo!
Wow.
But
in 9 days, 3 pounds? That's so crazy. That's
yeah.
like me coming out of like a holiday where I've gorged myself and then going back to normal.
Right. No, okay, but actually, okay, to be real with you, it's the reason that I'm doing keto is not because of weight at all. So for me, like I always go to the gym. I'm in really good shape. That's something that I take pride in, and it makes me feel better. And to function at the level that I need to function, I need to feel great. And so that was actually why I'm doing keto, is because I always experienced highs and lows. And so I noticed at 3 p.m. every single day, I would be like, oh my God, I want a nap right now. I'm like crashing after lunch and having that sugar spike. And I decided that I just couldn't have that anymore, because at that time that would shut my day down, because you go take a nap at 3, you're waking up at 4 or 5, and it's like it's 5, and it's like, oh no, it's time to go, you know, do something, you know, Netflix or go out with friends or whatever. And like I needed those extra hours, and so that's actually why I decided to do keto, is because I didn't want that fluctuating like energy level. I wanted it to be consistent and like something that I can sustain. And so now I'm down to about 5 hours sleep, which is good. It's serving me well. And yeah, it's going really, really well. And I definitely encourage you guys to try it too. Keto's awesome.
That makes me want to try it. Like, I do have like highs and lows, and during the low times, I just give myself that rest.
Right.
But you're like, no, let's eliminate those low days, those low hours.
Yeah, I mean, you really when you have to function at a high level, you have to figure out what works for your body. And keto is working so well for me. I'm so happy, and the food is fantastic. I absolutely love what I'm eating. It's great, and so I've got no qualms with it whatsoever.
Oh wow, that's amazing. I mean, I keep myself in shape too. I exercise like every single day, but I haven't tried keto. That's interesting.
Yeah. It's really good. There's this guy's name is Thomas DeLauer. Look him up. You'll really enjoy watching him, just saying.
Okay, Thomas DeLauer. How do you spell his last name?
DELAUR, I think. I don't know. I might be wrong. I'm not good with spelling.
All right. Thomas DeLauer. Keto. Hey, Michael, thanks for joining. Guys, if you're here, #live, if you're here for the live, and smash the heart button. I want the rest of the group to know that this interview is going on. If you want to jump in, ask some questions. So far, most of these questions are going to be mine. So, Mia, at your level, do you right now, are you part of masterminds? I know you read you listen to podcasts and you read books, and you know. Oh, well, Michael has a question too. Where's the coolest place you've been to? Like the #1 coolest place?
Fiji. Hands down, Fiji is the coolest place I've ever been to.
Fiji.
Fiji.
All right. There you go, Michael. But yeah, like, are you part of any masterminds right now, or any
so I'm part of Kevin David's ninja family, I guess. I would say that they're probably the closest. I'm kind of building my own tribe at the moment.
Okay, Kevin David. I asked because I want to know, like, what's out there that other people are proud to say that they're a part of, you know, because it is about network. It is, you know, who you know as well. And that's what I've seen the motivating factor to be part of these circles because of the people, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Honestly, I'm sure you've seen my Facebook engagement, my social engagement in general is fairly amazing. So, I mean, people are kind of part of the core crowd now. And as I grow the course and everything, that's the direction it'll be going in. And I absolutely love helping people, getting on lives, answering questions, doing, you know, anything I can to really help others succeed too. So I'm maybe not necessarily so much part of anybody else's tribe, but more leading my own.
Yeah, yeah, you're forging your own shark tribe right now.
I am.
Cool.
Sure.
Hey, Stefan, thanks for hashtagging live, you guys. Smash the heart button. Let me see. So right now, if you were to, I want to ask this question all the time as part of my interview thing. If you were to start over right now, Mia, with all the knowledge you have, and you just don't have this question doesn't really apply to you as much because you actually did start over. Like, you basically started over with something. But if all your businesses were just gone and you had to start over, what would you be doing now with all the businesses you've been through, like wedding industry, you know, everything you've done, scuba diving instructor, right? Like a bunch of stuff. So yeah.
If I could start over?
Yeah.
Honestly, I wouldn't change anything. I absolutely adore where I'm at right now. I actually today, I posted on Facebook a little bit too much today, to be honest with you, because there was some pretty cool stuff that happened. But I had this moment in my life where I was just, I don't know, I think I had like gone out to, yes, SharkCon 2020. That might actually, that's probably actually going to happen. We've got a mastermind for the course that we're putting on in May. So it's going to be 2019, actually, SharkCon. I was thinking about calling it Shark Week, but I think that's been taken. Anyways, yeah, no, I had just a moment walking around my apartment today, and I looked in the mirror, and I just like looked at how truly happy I am right now, and I wouldn't change a thing. I really am just so blessed to have so many amazing people in my life, to be able to help people, to be able to spread my knowledge around, to be doing the CBD thing, which is also helping people. And I'm so excited about the course because it's going to have so much value packed into like one thing, and it's going to be affordable so people can, you know, actually, you know, get started in their careers and have a roadmap like I showed you earlier to success. And so I'm really blessed, and I'm so happy in my life right now that I wouldn't change a thing. I really genuinely wouldn't. And I don't know if I've ever said that and meant it in my life, but at this moment today, I actually really mean that. So that's like a really big thing. Oh my God. This is going to be like teary. I'm like so happy.
I'm glad. You should cry from happiness, not sadness, you know? And that makes me feel so happy because when I talk to, you know, like very successful people like you, it's like you're just flowing with so much abundance, and you reach a point in your life where you're like, oh my gosh, like everything is so awesome, and people can feel that, like they can feel that about you, and it's just amazing. It's like a really good aura, you know. So I love it. Bask in it, you know. Have fun.
I really am. It's fantastic. Yeah, it's great.
Oh, Michael's like, where's the best place to get the CBD oils and all? They don't go to your.
They go to my website.
They go to your website, the Mia website that has it.
I'll drop a link here to you.
Oh, to my messenger? Please don't drop it. For some reason with my messenger, it's like I have to do something. Oh, Caliber Health. Okay, I'll type it in.
Yeah.
So you guys, if caliberhealth.com, it's just caliberhealth.com. I'll put it on the screen. So if you've been inspired by CBD talk from Mia, and you can find all the CBD products at caliberhealth.com. And yeah, and Mia has a course. She has a book. You're doing so many things at the same time. I
got two books right now. It's insane.
2 books. Yeah. What the heck? Hey, Alvin, thanks for joining us. Smash the heart button, you guys, if you're getting value from this. Even if you join, just smash the heart button so that the rest of the group knows that this is going on. We're about to wrap up here because usually the interview, these interviews are like 1 hour and 10 more minutes. We're gonna wrap up. So if you have any questions left for the amazing Mia, she's so experienced in so many industries, like seriously, just software, wedding. I feel like the wedding industry is so hard because it's like face-to-face, actual physical people.
Yeah. You know, so for most of my career in the wedding planning industry, basically what I did was I built a business and I had it staffed, which was really, really great. I mean, that was fantastic. So basically my salespeople would get a wedding, and once they sold it, it would pass on to one of our wedding planners. I never dealt with weddings unless it was a celebrity style wedding with like monster budgets, in which case, you know, they hire me, and obviously I'm a monstrous fee as well. But what ended up happening towards the end of my career was that the salespeople would sell the weddings, the wedding planners would plan the weddings, but brides, as they continued to become more of the millennial generation, they grew up on Bridezilla TV. You know what I mean? They were like, you know, they were groomed growing up to be like, you have to be a Bridezilla when you're getting married. And like, logically, no, why would you do that? Why would you turn the best and most beautiful day of your life into a ball of stress? Like, it's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. So one of the downfalls of being a wedding planner, or, you know, the owner of a wedding planning company, is that when you get Bridezillas, your wedding planners say, okay, Mia, this one's yours. And I'm just like, you're kidding, right? You're joking. Like, I'm sorry, you're complaining about what? Like, you changed your flower order 12 times. No, we can't change it 3 days before the wedding. And you're yelling at me why? Like, yeah. And so towards the end of my career, I just, you know, you can only deal with so much ridiculousness. And I was just like, no. And then the scams in the wedding industry have just gotten absolutely ridiculous. I actually was having a conversation about this 2 nights ago with a friend named Sean, who was also in the wedding industry. He was telling me about how brides and grooms have ripped him off. And I'm like, in my career, I probably lost over $100,000 to brides scamming me and ripping me off. It's been insane. So I don't know, towards the end, I was like, I'm just going to pivot and go with the software. And the software was exactly what I decided to do. And so you can't really scam somebody with software. And I, you know, went in that direction. But also part of the reason why, you know, I sold Event too early was because I just, after 10 years of being in the wedding industry, I just didn't want to deal with Bridezillas or weddings anymore. It was like, if I have to see, I don't even think I'm going to get married. Like, I'm not even going to conduct my own wedding.
You're like over it.
over it. Yeah. So, yeah.
Okay. I do want to ask you, because you've been through so many industries, and you even told me yourself, like, you're like, I'm out of software, Kim. Like, what? Like, like, what components did you, like, why did you end up, now you're doing e-commerce, right? Or you're doing e-commerce plus plus it will be like a live event, like there will be live events and there will be mastermind. Like, why do you choose this to do this now at this point in your life, like, versus other things?
It's easy. This is really easy for me. So after building software and like marketing, like something like that. And then not only that, but high ticket sales to brides. Are you kidding me? That's not the easy, like that's a really difficult sales task. So at this point, this is really, really easy for me. Like I've been through it all. I've done it all. I've succeeded and I've failed and I've learned and I've perfected it. And so now I'm just, I don't know. It's fun. It's relaxing. It's easy. It's something I get pleasure out of. I really enjoy what I'm doing right now. And I think that that's the most important thing. Like I actually really enjoy it. I'm able to help people. I'm able to teach people. I'm able to help everybody else around me. And I was actually talking to another friend, Peter, today about how amazing it feels just to have successful people around me and, you know, people that I can add value to their lives and to their businesses and to help them succeed. And so that really makes me happy. I love to help other people. And so that's what I chose to do now that I have all the knowledge that I really need to, you know, and I've proved it to be able to help people. So it's cool. It's good.
Yeah, that and you said that your course or what people know about Caliber Health. How do they find out about, you know, being able to be in your world in that capacity?
Well, honestly, I treat them as separate businesses. So I treat Caliber Health and my courses and the Shark Life differently. So the Shark Life is a marketing company specializing in restricted industries. I, of course, do other industries as well. So I just released a funnel for a travel agent in a box kind of an idea, which is really cool. Very much like my software idea, actually. Same launch strategy, which is really cool. And then my CBD business is something completely separate, and I'm targeting completely different demographics. Of course, they sometimes overlap, like in conversations like this. But that's got a separate funnel. It's got a separate list, a separate network of audience. Different sales techniques. And then the course is actually kind of tied to the Shark Life a little bit, because anybody that gets my book is obviously going to know about the course and they're obviously interested in learning. And chances are, if you're not working with me yet, it's because you can't afford me, which is fair. I understand. But the course will be something that is affordable and something that can help you build your skills and actually build out your companies and help you succeed for a lower price point. So it mixes together a little bit, but the CBD is kind of over there in a way. So.
Okay, so how do they find out about the course?
So the best thing to do is probably download my book. It is called Secrets to Marketing in Restricted Industries. And they can get that at thesharklife.com. So thesharklife.com.
All right, you guys, go and grab Mia's book, thesharklife.com.
And be sure to watch out for the emails, because that's actually where all of the value is. The book gives you the tools, but the email sequence gives you the to-do list and the how-to and the actual like marketing machine.
All right. And this has to do with, you're saying the restricted business, if they want to get into anything CBD related. What other things are restricted? Because when you say the restricted businesses, in my mind I'm like, what are they besides CBD? What the heck, you know? I don't know.
I want you guys that are on here, I want you to comment one restricted industry, and I want to see what happens. I want to see what comes up, because this is a fun question.
Yeah.
Okay. A restricted industry. What you think is a restricted industry? I will list a couple of them off of the bat, but I'm going to see if we get any comments about restricted industries. But yeah, so it's not just for restricted industries. Basically what we do is we play with funnels, we play with bots, we play with SMS messengers, we play with email sequences. Those are all the tools that you need to be good at marketing. Are you commenting those restricted industries right now? Comment the restricted industries.
Simon says medical. Thanks, Simon. Who else? Is medical a restricted industry?
You know what? Some medical things absolutely are. So it's like financial advisors, porn, obviously, anything related to adult content is restricted.
Angelique says sex. Okay.
Why do you think I told you?
Okay, sex was not on the top of my mind. Right?
Literally spamming your comments with vulgar words.
Oh, Jesus Christ. No wonder you were laughing when I asked you that question. You're like, oh, little tiny dolphin. Oh, penis film industry. Oh my God, please, guys.
These comments.
No. No, do not, no penis. Okay, oh my God. Oh, right.
Restricted industries, supplements are restricted in a lot of cases. You've got diet products that are restricted in a lot of cases. Medical marijuana is restricted. CBD is obviously restricted. Kratom is restricted. It's like there's so many things that are restricted on Facebook. I mean, all you have to do is read the terms and services of it, like cigarettes, alcohol, all of that kind of stuff. You can't do it, but you can if you know how, like I do. So, anywho, before we make your comments really, really bad, let's wrap it up.
All right, yeah, we're wrapping it up right now. Okay, you guys, thanks so much. Stop commenting about this stuff. No more comments. Okay. Let's keep it clean. Actually,
keep it clean.
It has to be clean.
Adult industries is something was appropriate to say. Do not use the word starts with a P. Don't do that. That's not okay. Anyways, Kim, I really appreciate you having me on. I'm sorry I bombed your your comments at the end there, but it's kind of funny. Perhaps people will watch and see what
I know after seeing all that stuff. Well, you know how to market. You know, this is part. Is this part of the marketing? I don't know.
Viral. Download the book. Download the book. It's at thesharklife.com.
Yeah, I'll pop it up again. All right, thanks so much.
Actually, that's not the URL. It's sharklifemedia.com. Oh my gosh. I was reading these comments. Sharklifemedia.com.
Oh, okay. Let me throw that up. Sharklifemedia.com. And I know, Mia, you're super, super busy, so we're not going to take up any more of your time. Thank you so much for showing up today. And yeah, everyone get her book and her stuff. Go to her website, get some CBD, get some, just everything.
All right. Thank you so much, Kim, for having me on. It was such a pleasure to chat with you. And I really appreciate meeting everybody in the group. I've been watching and following you guys for a while. And good luck. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out, send me a friend request or follow. Probably follow. I'm getting a little full on my friends list, but I appreciate it. And I'm happy to answer any questions you guys have got.
All right. Bye.
All right. Bye.
Oh yeah, if you like that video, then you will love all the resources that I have over at kimcdang.com. That is KIMCDANG.com. There you will find all my courses, my extensions, all the offers that I have, as well as a lot of free resources if you are just getting started.